Well, we start our journey off this morning looking at the brand new LBV Maxus Deliver 3. It's nice and early, and had the vehicle on charge all night, and I just thought I'd bring you my smart meter here that I've had installed. So it's showing me the van's using about 2.5 kilowatts, and that's costing about 45p. You can see there 42p an hour, and that's just been on a slow charge on a 3-pin all night. So I'm going to turn that off, give you a quick tour inside the van and get going on our journey today. So the van charges using a CCS typical plug. I should be able to unplug that to unlock the van to do that. So just unlock the van, and that'll happily come out, and that's your standard fast charging point. It comes with these lovely covers, just to cover that back up, make sure there's no water damage or anything like that. And this just gets popped down into position. Now it is a bit fiddly actually, and I have noticed that you need to have all the connectors in for it to sit nicely and give it a nice firm close. But the nose of the van is really quite smart and very, very special. There's just one or two things to mention about charging if you are charging the van. The van comes with 2 charging cables. It comes with the fast charge cable, but also comes with that slow charge. Just turn that off and notice that my energy consumption in the house has gone down to about 200 watts. So it's using about 2.2 kilowatts of energy to charge the van. And like I said, it's about 40 or 50p an hour. So it's just something to be aware of if you are taking the vehicle home. So just to give you a quick overview. And I think one of the first things you'll notice, we've obviously had lovely design installed with our blue branding. The wheels are quite small on the vehicle, but that's designed for city and keep the resistance down to improve efficiencies. Got a really nice smart back. You can see it's got parking sensors pre-installed into the vehicle, and I'll show you how that works as well in a moment. But it's got a really nice 80/20 door, which seems to work really well for us. And then you've got a really nice sliding door on the side, and you'll notice on the top here we've installed our own solar panels. Anyway, let's get in the van, let's get driving it, let you know how it works. So I've just booted the vehicle on, just rotated forward. My fan started whirring away, so I'll just turn that off. One of the things you'll notice is I've got a full charge there, so I have had the vehicle on all night. It was half charged before, so in about 12 hours on the slow 2 kilowatt charger. Oh, there's our digital radio that's fired on. That's a nice touchscreen display there, and I managed to get fully charged. You've got 3 modes here: reverse, neutral and drive. There's no park mode, which can be a bit off-putting, I suppose, but it's using the battery engine to hold itself. You've got a conventional handbrake there, so you're in this sort of super high-tech vehicle, but you've got conventional handbrake, which is quite strange. Steering wheel's really nice leather, really nice and comfortable, and it's letting me know that the side door's actually open, so we'll have a look at that before we set off today. But we're ready to go. I've got my lights on, the lights are working well, and we'll let you know a bit more about how it drives. But inside, really nice plush finish. You've got a good display screen there, clear control for the driver here, and overall lots of space, really comfortable seats, nice armrests as well. Rest yourself on, nice armrest here, lots of gubbins and cubby holes to put all the different bits and pieces you want. And we'll talk a bit more about our energy system in a moment. We've rigged up a nice energy system which powers the fridge system on board. Just turned the vehicle on, it's showing me 131 mile range. Now, because the vehicle's brand new, it hasn't really been driven, so there's no data really on how efficient we are. Right, just activated the reverse camera there on the vehicle, so that comes factory standard, and just gently rock back, and the vehicle will creep without you actually having to hold on to the pedals or do anything, so you must be aware of that. Just launch the vehicle into drive, and it's happily sort of driving on its own, so it's kind of got a self creep function, which is just something to be aware of as a driver of an electric vehicle. So we're just navigating our way out here. Now, the vehicle is absolutely silent. If you've not driven an electric vehicle before, it's totally silent driving experience. So I'll just creep that back into reverse and just rock ourselves back. So I'll just, oh, that's neutral. No, there we go, that's reverse. Right, there we go, back we go. Now you can hear that sort of gentle hum, and there's a power indicator on the display there. So as you use power, that will light up, and then as the vehicle recharges, you'll notice that will actually go into the lower section there, which is essentially showing that you're putting energy back into the battery rather than taking energy out of the battery. But I've got a full charge today. It's showing 131 miles. This vehicle has a WLP range of near 200 kilometers, so we're hoping that will definitely increase throughout the day. On the back here, we've got our battery system from Victron that consists of a smart charge controller, a battery monitor, a Servo GX, which is basically the brain, a bit of data there to make sure the whole system is online, and then our touch control display. Now, if you're wondering what it's like to drive an Maxus Deliver 3, and you'd have a good question to ask, it is quite futuristic. You put your foot down and you hear this sort of jet force noise coming out of the motor, which is sat just directly in front of the driver in the front cabin, and the van just goes. And as I'm going down a hill here, you'll notice that there's a small green bar underneath the battery indicator on the right, and that's because it's charging its battery. You've got a really nice comfortable driver display. It's about 5 or 6 inches and they're very comfortable. All basic driver air conditioning facilities there. There is air conditioning with the vehicle, which is quite a plus for an electric vehicle. And there's an econo mode here on the right hand side to the driver where the light settings are. I do note that when you're on a motorway and you've hit econo mode, the vehicle will slow to 40 miles an hour, so it's something to be very, very careful of. There's nice sun reflectors. There's an SOS button there. You've got cabin lights, which work well. And it's very spacious. It is very, very spacious. You've got electric windows as well. You've got a central locking system there. So all the general mods that you'd expect from a new car. And this is Chinese built. This is built in the Chinese factory, and yeah, very, very good. Right, we're on our way. So let's. And you can see I'm in regen mode there. So I've got 2 batteries down and the vehicle's really braking for itself. That's something you've got to get used to. Your backlights won't indicate. It's really important to note that you need to be aware of the vehicles behind you. Like I said, you've got a nice comfortable armrest there, which is adjustable for a driver, typical sort of way up and down. And like I said, lots of cubby holes here, plenty of places to power your USB if you wanted to. And like I said, your adjustments there for your seat. And the seats are really nice. They've got a really nice trim to them that follows through on the steering wheel. And like I said, the drive position's really good. You've got great visibility out of the vehicle, and yeah, really nice, comfortable leather finished steering wheel. Just as we're passing a fuel station, I thought I'd note that I'd never been needing one of those again, and that's the beauty of electric vehicles. You don't need to go and fill up at a fuel station wherever you park the vehicle, back at your base, anywhere like that. You just charge up and then you come back and you're fully charged and you're ready to go. And what's your first impressions of this vehicle? I mean, you know, you're a man that uses the road and uses vehicles quite often. You know, sort of first thoughts?
It's a good impression because I drove it before. I had it for a day and I was very happy with it. And for us to have it back again, really lovely. Yeah. Great. All right. Well, have a good day out on the road. We hope it serves you well. You too.
You can see the new Lola's van here, brand new, all bells and whistles, brand new electric van, fantastic for the environment. Been driving it for about 3 days now, absolutely wonderful drive, very economic, very smooth, and everyone seems to like it. Get a lot of comments from people asking about the company because of the van. To be totally honest, I was very surprised to get it, very privileged, and it's an honour to drive it.
So for those of you who just want to know a bit about charging, so we've installed here some 16 amp single phase supplies that are just coming out to the charger that's coming with the vehicle. We have installed 2 3-phase supplies, so we've got a big fast charger that's going to sit right here, but that hasn't arrived yet. BP Pulse taking their time. So the good news is if you have got one of these vans coming or an order and you think, right, I haven't got my fast charger, that's okay. You've got that standard 13 amp plug. That'll charge at about 2,500 kilowatts, and this van's fully charged now. And you can see that because no lights on the dash there. So that's the van. It's ready to go out on its first ride out, and big thanks to our partners who made it possible, MIPV for the panels, Victron for all the power systems, and Next Day Solar for all their knowledge and inspiration. That's our son.